So what's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to be talking none other than the Market Watch. After all the restriction lists happen, we need to talk about all the goodies that has expired. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So guys, let's talk about it. First card we're going to talk about is Marcus Alternate Art. So Marcus avoided the ban list. Geo Gray got hit. So this means this card's going to start climbing. Just because as it was falling down, I'm guessing people were thinking, Ulti Cup, we mirrored a little bit. It's a good testing ground. I think because how much the deck died in Ultimate Cup, because I didn't see many tops in any of the formats that it was playing with the Ultimate Cup ruling. I think this is why they probably avoided hitting Marcus, because they realized the deck actually dies off completely. And I think that's why they went with Geo Gray, but that's just me. But we're looking at $40, $46. It is climbing. People started buying it like crazy the last couple days, in the last 24 hours. So people are excited because they can still play their Marcuses. And that was kind of like the gamble, really, at the end of the day. So he's up to 40 bucks. Europe side looking like 20 euros, 20 euros, 20 euros, 20 euros, 95 cents, 21 euros, 21 euros. There is somebody from the Germany location at least selling 4 copies, so that's not terrible. Pick that up at 21 a piece and basically be ready to max rarity punch your opponent. RideMyAvatar from Cross Encounter pre-release cards, sitting strong. Somebody was buying it in the last couple days, in this month actually. We've had some movement here, and I don't know why. Did someone find a spice on RideMyAvatar? But the pre-release stamp one is moving. Somebody is buying her up, and it's some sort of person. Europe side looking like €3.50, €3.56, €3.90, €4. You know the drill here. Then we have Vicesmon from versus Royal Knights pre-release. It shot up, boys and girls, starting to taper down a little bit, but holding in the $12 to $15 range. If anybody wants to buy these last $12 up, it instantly becomes like a $15 card. Nothing too crazy, but there's not much on stock-wise, but it seems like people were buying this a little bit in hype, but it's not going to do anything until BT15. That's when we get the LLM set that is basically in BT15, so you just have to wait. Europe side looking like 99 cents, 99 cents, €1.40, €1.50, €1.98, €1.99, €2. Yeah. Crazy. You guys have plenty of it. Gammamon, definitely seeing some climb up here. Holding strong in this $15 range, but has had some sales in the past couple weeks. But nothing too out of the ordinary here. $15 a pop. It's definitely probably going to be waiting to see what EX fit 6, 5, 6. I think 6 really can do with it if people kind of make the deck work with it, but that's just me. Europe side looking like €6.99, €7.50, €8, €8, €8. Yeah, definitely seeing it come down here, which is kind of good to see Gammamon on the Europe side go down, but that's just about all it. So Rena from Dimensional Phase, The Secret, shot up in the last couple hours. So in the 24-hour time, people started buying her out because people are hyped because Tommy's back. So that means the Hybrid Force is actually a little more scarier. So we'll see if Hybrid Force actually becomes the default way of playing All Force, which it could possibly very easily become that way of playstyle. Do I know what's going to happen? No, but we'll have to see. We can easily see Hybrid Force being the go-to deck and instantly making the All Force list swap over to that. Is it going to do something? We don't know until we see the results. There's a lot of potential, and it could be what we see. But Rene is just very high optimal here. So, 40s to 50s, you're going to be paying arm and leg now. If you didn't get her when she was on the low dip, you're missing out on her now. Europe side looking like €33, €33.99, €34, €35. Yeah, you guys have it. She's going up a little bit. Xavier Hawkmon, time to talk about the unrestricted cards, right? So This card went from finalist event pack that was like a $2 card, now shooting up to being 20s. So because this card was just overly used, if you didn't have your play set, I feel sorry for you. But now people are going to be spending big money for this. It is semi-max rarity. I think it's up between what you really want. Do you like the pre-release stamp or you don't? I have 2 copies. I'm going to be straight honest with you. I don't see any more value in picking those up. I think if we take a look at it, I mean, it was originally like 40 bucks on release, now shooting back to half its price again. I mean, probably won't see much in the competitive unless, you know, the deck does something. But having it full access at 4 really just what hyped this up. Just don't buy into the hype. 10 euros, 12 euros 99 cents, 14 euros 50 cents, 14 euros 99 cents. Yeah, it was at 3 euros 71 cents in a couple days ago, but now we're kind of shooting up. Savior Hawkmon Event Pack 3, same thing happened, was sitting at like $7, classifying it the max rarity because this was a harder one to pull. Event Pack 3 was only out for so long, and then boom, disappeared, and then you basically were lucky if you got certain cards. So looking at it now, 27s, yeah. Europe side looking like 15, 20, 30 euros, yeah. Savior Hawkmon pre-release stamp, holding strong at 10s. Somebody bought them at 10s. I think just because they wanted max rarity class, mid rarity. This is mid. Event pack, I think, is the max rarity by the looks of price right now, just because if you really look at it, the stamp one wasn't as coveted. Let's look at it now. Europe side looking like 4 euros, 4 euros 98 cents. We have a 3 euro basically, but nothing too crazy. Then we have Tommy from Next Adventure, so another card that came off their list. Pre-release stamp, people are buying it. I mean, they stopped buying it after it reached above $1. People were trying to be crazy. I know this thing touched 24, 20s, but nobody's going to buy it at $7.50. I'm sorry. Europe side looking like 30 cents, 45 cents, 47 cents, 50 cents. Yeah, you guys have it. Pick it up if you want it at 50 cents. Now let's take a look here. We have Tommy Box Topper Next Adventure. So looking at it now, shot up. Then people are paying the $12 and higher range. Somebody paid 20 bucks for this card. Don't spend 20 bucks on this card. You're wasting money. The $7 is fine. Pick it up at 7s. Europe side looking like 3 euros, 3 euros 80 cents, 4 euros 50 cents, 5 euros 80 cents. Yeah. Gammamon BT2 Official Tournament Pack Volume 3's Release Special Booster BT01. So looking at it now, $2, $2, $2. Yeah, you guys are looking clean here. Gammamon, 1 euro 60 cents, 1 euro 60 cents, 1 euro 78 cents, 1 euro 80 cents, 1 euro 95 cents. Yeah, this card is classified max rarity and it's shooting down and crashing hard. This card was sitting expensively because it got hit. You know, this card was sitting $3. Now it's cut in half. People are going to try to move this, and you're only going to need one. With a restriction, it falls. Europe side, as well as falling hard. Gammamon from the starter deck pre-release stamp, holding strong at $2.29. It's going down, though. And people are buying in that range. I don't mind that. That's actually a pretty decent deal. Europe side looking like 5 euros, 5 euros, 6 euros 50 cents, 7 euros. You know, it's all over the place. No one's really buying it by the looks of it. Gammamon starter deck Venomous Violet. So basically, you used to get 4 of these in the deck. Now, you're not. If you pick up Violet, you're not getting much value out of this. This card was skyrocketing, but now it's going to dip. I won't be surprised. Give it a few days. The dip's down to below $1. It's because you have 4 of them in the Venomous Violet, but yeah. 36 cents, 50 cents, 59 cents on the Europe side, and you only need 1. Metal Garurumon Ace Alternate Art sitting at $1,600. I mean, the last one sold for $350. So people are picking this up at egregiously expensive prices, but that's not terrible. Looking like 270 euros to 275 euros. Nobody's really buying it, so they're waiting for it to come down. Let's take a look here. We have a Restaurant Superior Mode coming down from its hype price of like 7s to 8s not too long ago. but it's good to see it come down to 6s. You know, really solid. Still, deck is still going to do what it wants to do, but I think it just slows down just a little bit, or people are just getting bored on JP with this deck, so they stop playing it. It's just a very, you play it X amount of times, you kind of know what the deck does, and you're really not getting anything out of it. Europe side looking like €4, €4, 49 cents, €5. Yeah. Then we have Gammamon starter deck, Venomous Violet starter deck 6. Shooting up, we're hitting $2 range very quickly. $3.94. Oh, wow. We're actually $4 touching. Wow. Yeah. Good for the purple Gammamon deck that is nerfed a little bit because Yugabos are kind of down to ones ofs. But you're basically waiting for EX5 at this point anyway. So just keep this in mind in the back of your brain that this card is going to be useful. It's not once per turn, so the restanding just gives it possibilities. Europe side looking like 3 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents, 3 cents. Yeah, you guys got it for dirt cheap. Amphimon Resurgent Booster kind of went down a little bit. It's back at 10s. I don't know. People are crazy. This deck's not going to do anything until a few sets anyway. The hits weren't strong enough to push this deck ahead, so you're still dealing with monsters. €11, €11, 25 cents, €11, 46 cents. Bella Starmon. I wanted to check her out just because she was one of the hype decks for EX5. Now with the restrictions to the Gabus, the Ison, and everything else happening, I don't know how this deck's going to handle. And we'll have to see what the ingenuity of these players can do. I can't wait to see what they develop with their abilities. Euro side, €9, 50 cents, €9, 50 cents, €10. Ison Scatter Mode, we could not avoid this card. So participation already dipping down. It was already dipping down for a while now, but it's kind of interesting to see that it's at $4.50. People are going to be moving this. Expect that. If they have above play sets, they're going to be listing them, or they're just trying to get out of purple. A lot of people that were big purple players are probably going to leave the game. I saw a few comments on some of my videos of this, and they're just like, there goes everything purple. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, I think the biggest issue comes down to is that it became auto-include almost in every purple deck that didn't have better choices that were in archetypal kind of situation. So that's kind of the big problem here is once you start having auto-includes, constantly auto-includes, not just like a small little, you know, maybe every other deck will do it, but no, you're basically, oh, here's 95% of my engine. This is how I play the deck. That's kind of a problem because they can't print any other cards because you're always going to default this. You don't have a reason to play something else. That's kind of the big thing on certain card games is that you have to eventually hit stuff because, one, you're never going to get anybody to play something else. Creators want you to play something else. They want decks to evolve and change. But once you have it stagnant for this long, you know that it's what's happening. This is what happened with Green. Green was getting hit left and right because of that. You know, HBD, Argo, Blossom, all because they were auto-includes. Jet Sylphie, you weren't going to play anything else that couldn't play Jet Sylphie. You know, you need people to get off certain cards because they've just been on it for so long. But yeah, Icemon's just a repercussion. Europe side looking like €3.50, €3.50. Yeah, kind of in the same boat. They're not really too over our price right now, so that's really good. Or even under, to be honest. But kind of good to see there. And that's kind of the market watch. Do you guys think that we're going to see a lot more dips on for these restrictions, all these unrestrictions, all this good stuff? So without further ado, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!